Hey everybody! Welcome to this lesson on general structures of the brain in MRI. It is important to gain some foundational knowledge of these structures as they are seen in MRI scans in order to better understand when viewing images. In this lesson, we will cover the structure and lobes of the brain, the coverings of the brain, and the tissues of the brain. Let's get started. The brain consists of two major sections, the cerebrum and the cerebellum. The cerebrum is categorized into lobes, consisting of the frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. The frontal lobe is located anteriorly. The occipital lobe is posterior. The temporal lobes are located laterally, and the parietal lobe is superior. The cerebellum is located toward the back of the head, below the occipital lobe and temporal lobes, and posterior to the brainstem. The brain visually appears to have ridges and valleys on the surface. The ridges are termed the gyrus, and the valleys are known as the sulcus. The brain is covered in protective tissues, known as the meninges. There are three layers of the meninges: dura mater, arachnoid layer, and pia mater. The outermost layer is the dura mater. This is a tough, fibrous layer of tissue that folds to form four compartments in the brain. The falx cerebri is a fold of dura located in between the cerebral hemispheres. The falx cerebelli is a fold of dura mater located between the cerebral hemispheres. The tentorium cerebelli lies between the cerebrum and cerebellum. Finally, the diaphragma sella covers the roof of the sella turcica and covers the pituitary gland. The arachnoid layer is the middle layer of the meninges, located between the dura and pia layer. It is named due to the cobweb-like appearance. The innermost layer of the meninges is the very delicate pia mater, which closely adheres to the brain tissue. The pia and arachnoid layers may be referred to together as leptomeninges. Finally, the brain is composed of gray and white matter. The gray matter is located on the periphery of the brain and may also be termed the cerebral cortex. It is about 3 to 5 millimeters thick and receives sensory input. It also sends instructions to muscles and glands to control body activity and movement. The white matter is located more on the interior of the brain and is easily identified by its branching appearance. Most of the tissue is myelinated, meaning covered with a fatty substance. This tissue serves to send signals from the cortex to other parts of the brain. On a T1 weighted image, white matter will appear brighter than gray matter due to the fatty myelin sheaths that protect white matter tracts. In MRI, a major white matter structure is the corpus callosum. It is one of the most identifiable structures on a brain scan. Specific important parts of the corpus callosum include the rostrum, genu, body, and splenium. In summary, the brain consists of the cerebellum and cerebrum, which consist of four lobes. The ridges on the surface are known as gyrus, and the valleys are sulcus. There are meninges, which serve as coverings for the brain, the outermost being the dura mater, middle being arachnoid layer, and inner being pia mater. Finally, the tissues of the brain include gray and white matter, gray covering the outer surfaces and white comprising more inner surfaces of the brain.